Okay, so when did you leave your libertarian phase when you were younger, and what exactly got you out of it?
I think it just kind of faded away with time because I didn't have a very strong like ideological attachment to it. You know, I think a lot of young people, particularly young men, to be fair, have this general idea, like their main political idea is that if they were in charge, things would be better. That's the main thing they believe. I mean, more so than anything else. So I think that lends itself to libertarianism because when you're young and kind of, you know, especially when you're young, it feels like the biggest imposition to your freedom is people putting rules on you. You know, if you've got parents, for example, I mean, if you're very young, like you still live with your parents or whatever, that is the main thing keeping you from doing things. If you want to do a thing and you're stopped from doing it, it will overwhelmingly be your parents who keep you from doing that thing. So you begin to think of freedom as an absence of rules. It's really common for young people. And libertarianism appeals perfectly to that bias because it's essentially, you know, mom, you can't tell me to go to bed. I'm 28 now. The ideology. So once you have that down, past that point though, it's really just a matter of living in the world. I firmly believe that, like, you know, libertarianism is excusable up until you work your first job, because the first time you get a $298.76 paycheck after working for 8 hours a day, you know, 5 days a week, 2 weeks in a row, and you look at that paycheck and you just think about it for a second. The idea that the thing limiting you from doing what you want is rules, as opposed to the absence of resources which allow you to achieve what you want, is ridiculous. Um, so anything past that, you know, I don't I judge more harshly.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. And then what made you become a socialist?
Well, that took a while too. I didn't really think about it like that at first. I feel like my first order principles haven't actually changed in a really long time. Um, you know, not since and probably back the same when I was a libertarian, I think. I think I just really like the concept of freedom. I just didn't have a good understanding of it at first. I thought it was, you know, the absence of rules. But as I got older and realized that if you're poor or working class or whatever in America, you know, there can be nobody putting rules on you at all. You still can't do anything without money. That limits you severely. Um, I think my thinking just evolved naturally from there. But if you genuinely care about freedom, you know, not like some weird like American gung ho nationalist version of freedom, but genuine, you know, the real ability to do things to make yourself or others happy. I think that socialism just naturally follows, you know? We understand, for example, that freedom was kind of the rallying cry for Americans as they fought against the British during the War for Independence. And what were we fighting for then? Democracy. I mean, the idea then that economic democracy would be sacrosanct to anyone who values freedom follows naturally.
Yeah. And let's see. You were able to vote in 2012, right? Did you vote in the 2012 election?
Was I able to
Or
vote in 2012? Oh my God. Wait, hold on.
you would have been 18, I think, right?
Wait, hold, oh God. Wait, hold on. 20, wait. Yeah, I guess wait. Yeah, I guess I must have been. Wow. Yeah, I think I remember doing the vote.
Okay. And I imagine you probably voted for Obama because you were out of your libertarian phase, or
I was
like,
I was still more in the libertarian phase at the time, but I never bought the idea. Whatever libertarian phase I had never led me to believe that the Republicans were better about that. I think I liked Ron Paul at the time, but you know, Ron Paul wasn't running for president, so that wasn't really up on the docket. But I think I thought of I was never reactionary. Obama was very clearly the more progressive option over over Romney. You know, Romney just kind of had a giant stick up his ass. Very, you know, very country club energy. I think that more so than any economic principle probably cinched my vote.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wow, you sound like to most of the people in chat, you probably sound really old because you had to vote for Obama.
Yeah, well, yeah, I imagine so. At the time, it was very much like a default vote for me. You know, I wasn't that politically involved back then. My libertarian biases were just kind of a window dressing. You know, I think there's a pretty big difference between being politically involved and having political biases. Political
Yeah,
biases are omnipresent. Being politically involved requires more of you.
yeah. Um, yeah, getting a vote for Obama does put some years on you because I didn't even get to vote for Obama. I
Oh,
voted for Bernie. Was the first person I got to vote for. That was in 2016. But
yeah, I do
yeah,
remember. Um, I actually remember when Obama won, back in
yeah, me too.
2012. I remember people cheering, out in the. My parents were watching the news. I think they were watching Fox actually because they wanted to see them mad.
The
And
tears, yeah,
right, yeah, yeah, they wanted the comedy too, in addition to the updates. And and I remember, and you know, the electoral votes were trickling in, and my parents were like, I think he's going to do it, you know, and I didn't think there was any other way. I mean, Obama was so popular, you know, he had such a tidal wave going from nobody gave a fuck about Romney. Um, so when he did, when I heard cheering outside, which is pretty funny, I guess. And you know, in retrospect, of course, Obama was, you know, not the best, to put it very lightly.
yeah,
Um, but I mean, he was better than Romney, so and maybe,
yeah.
probably. I have to hope so. Yeah.